Coach Prime has already decided QB1 between Julian Lewis and Kydon Salter, claims Big 12 insider. Coach Prime doesn't do quiet off-seasons, and this one has been no different. It's tough to say goodbye to Heisman contender Shedeur Sanders. Then the winner, Travis Hunter, and top targets like Jimmy Horn Jr. and LaJohntay Wester. Deion Sanders and his CU staff entered rebuild mode with the accelerator floored. The Colorado Buffaloes brought in 33 transfer portal additions, 17 of them on offense, making this one of the most aggressive roster flips in the Big 12. But no decision has been dissected more than who replaces QB1 in Boulder. Between Liberty transfer Kydon Salter and Phenom freshman Julian Lewis, Sanders had a tricky call to make. On Big 12 Insiders, 247 Sports analyst Brian Hanley slotted Kydon Salter at number 12 on his conference QB rankings. But for Hanley, the story doesn't end there. Kydon Salter from Colorado. Look, good year in 2023. Took a step back in 2024 at Liberty, so we'll see what happens. We heard a lot of inconsistencies in the passing game coming out of the spring, Hanley said. His tone wasn't dismissive, just measured, a nod to Salter's experience, but also his volatility. What followed, though, was a more pointed prediction. I think by week 6, 7, Julian Lewis is going to be the starting quarterback. They put a lot into this kid. He's really good. He's the future. And that may not be a wild guess. Bigby added, depending on where Colorado's season is, I think Julian Lewis is going to be the starter by that time frame. That's not hating on anybody. That's just where I see Colorado's season. I think they're going to need a shot in the arm to be able to get going, and I think the youngster is going to be able to provide it. Even though he labeled Kydon Salter the starter for now, the tone carried a cautious skepticism. As for Salter, the former Liberty standout had a dazzling 2023 season but regressed in 2024. It's not just about offensive command, but also about whether he can adjust to the pace and physicality of the Power 5 after 2 years in the Group of 5. Yet the external expectations for Deion Sanders don't exactly scream breakthrough year. ESPN's latest FPI has the Buffaloes ranked number 49 nationally, a staggering 26-spot drop from where they finished last season. Their projected win total? Hovering between 5.5 and 6.5. That's bowl-eligible territory, but barely. Even worse, the FPI gives Colorado just a 2.4% chance to win the Big 12 and a mere 3.1% shot to make the CFP. That's a reality check for a program that began last season as the toast of college football, but ended it with a thud. Talent isn't the issue. The Buffs are bursting with skill position athletes. But it all circles back to QB play, and whether Salter can be the guy who navigates them through a transition year. If not, Lewis waits in the wings, armed with elite traits and a readiness that belies his age. They put a lot into this kid, Hanley reminded. He's really good. Colorado hasn't had a true freshman passer of this caliber in a long time, and while patience is normally the path, Coach Prime might not have that luxury if wins don't come early. But what if we were to talk amongst Buff's top 5 incoming transfers on the offensive side of the ball? Then, where would the assumed veteran in Kydon Salter be? SI ranked it for us. CU's Fab 5 has Kydon Salter top Buffs offensive arrival. If things click just right in Boulder, the Colorado Buffs could be cooking with gas on offense again in 2025. The talent's there, especially among the newcomers, but improved run game efficiency will be critical. Still, when breaking down the Buffs' top 5 incoming transfers on offense, Sports Illustrated placed veteran Kydon Salter at the top of the list. Now, it's easy to see why. Veteran Kydon Salter enjoyed a stellar career at Liberty and is now favored to beat out incoming freshman Julian Juju Lewis for Colorado's starting quarterback job, SI noted. Salter brings a proven track record, having racked up 5,887 passing yards, 2,063 rushing yards, and a jaw-dropping 77 total touchdowns. In 2023, he led Liberty to a 13-1 record. Salter knows how to win at the college level and appears ready to make some noise in the Power 4, SI added. Right behind him, wideout Sincere Brown slides in at number 2. At number 3, we have former Florida State star Hakeem Williams. Up front, the line gets help from ex-JUCO standout ZY Chrysler at number 4 and Tennessee transfer Larry Johnson 3 at number 5. Do you agree with these rankings, too? Preston Ashley sends clear Deion Sanders message as CB reveals father's role in Colorado decision. When a high school cornerback flips on must be the money after announcing his college commitment, you already know he's not your average DB. And when that same kid starts talking about Deion Sanders like he's quoting scripture, you realize he didn't just commit to Colorado. He committed to a legacy. Four-star Preston Ashley didn't just choose the Buffs. He made it personal. On Tuesday, the four-star cornerback from Brandon, Mississippi, made his dream come true. Preston Ashley committed to the Colorado Buffaloes, choosing Deion Sanders' squad over traditional Titans Florida and Florida State. Ashley's connection to Coach Prime runs deep, like childhood bedroom poster deep. Ashley, the number 249 overall prospect in the 2026 class and the ninth best player in Mississippi, made his decision after a final visit to Boulder. The 5'10", 170-pound corner wasted no time in letting the world know just how personal this was. On June 25th, he joined Colorado insider Philip Dukes on the Decathlon podcast and peeled back the curtain on how Deion Sanders shaped him. "I mean, I never been a big guy looking at somebody else," Ashley started, "because my biggest comparison is Preston Ashley. Because it's me versus me every day." That's when the mask came off and the story got real. But if I'm being genuinely honest with you, when I was a kid, I loved me some Deion Sanders. I'ma be 100% honest with you. This poster right here to the left, you see it? What number I'm wearing? 21. And then I think I wore 21 for 2 years, and then I found out that he wore number 2 at Florida State. So I changed my number to number 2. And then my last year, I wore 21. I always wore a do-rag over my head. Ashley even flashed a childhood photo during the podcast, Mini Presto rocking Deion's iconic number 21. Then he started dissecting Sanders' on-field genius. I took from Coach Prime's game trust your speed. Trust your speed, he explained. It might look like he was burnt, but he was toying with the quarterback. He made it look like he was open so he could make a play on the ball. Ashley's breakdown was part football seminar, part confession. He's building his game on the Prime blueprint, with a heavy dose of his own sauce. Ashley's instincts are elite, and it shows. Last season, he posted 68 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 5 pass breakups, and a pick. His Brandon High squad went 12-2 and made it to the MHSAA Class 7A title game. He's also a return game weapon, explosive, fearless, and built for highlight reels. ESPN ranks him as the number 12 cornerback in the country. And his ceiling? The sky's the limit. What makes Ashley even more dangerous is how perfectly he slots into Colorado's vision. He's a hybrid DB with cornerback instincts and nickelback physicality, Deion's bread and butter. His play style? Flashy, disruptive, and wildly confident. Preston Ashley keeps it real on what stood out at the Boulder visit and how his dad shaped his decision. So what made Boulder feel like more than just another campus? It wasn't just the mountains or the gear or the cameras. Ashley gave it to Duke straight, just the relationship. Coach Phillips, Coach Box, Coach Livingston. I hear from them every day. And my dad always told me, go where they love you, not where you're liked. That line from his dad hit harder than any recruiting pitch. Ashley admitted he wanted to commit before his visit, but said, I'm such a visual guy. If I see it, it's a different thing. Once he laid eyes on Boulder, the campus, the vibe, the fit in the defense, he knew. And yes, there were tears. I just started crying before I committed because I was like, this is the place. Ashley saw more than photo ops and highlight clips. He saw a defensive scheme tailor-made for his game. Coach Livingston, who runs the Buffs defense, showed how he uses versatile DBs to make splash plays. That was music to Ashley's ears. I'm a flashy guy. I wear grills, bandanas. And the media part aspect of it was a check on my box. Just everything about Colorado was a check. And of course, there's the mentorship factor. Who wouldn't want to be coached by Kevin Mathis, a 10-year NFL vet, and Deion Sanders, the cornerback blueprint himself? Ashley said it best. Why not want to get coached by Coach Kevin Mathis? Why not want to get coached by the greatest player in my eyes to ever play football, Coach Deion Sanders? Ashley didn't just commit. He announced and celebrated. Surrounded by family and friends back home in Mississippi, he capped his decision by declaring, Presto money, a Colorado Buffalo. Hit that thing for me, dog. Cue the beat drop. Dion's anthem must be the money blared, and Ashley danced like a kid who just stepped into his destiny. And of course, there's the mentorship factor. Who wouldn't want to be coached by Kevin Mathis, a 10-year NFL vet, and Deion Sanders, the cornerback blueprint himself? Ashley said it best. Why not want to get coached by Coach Kevin Mathis? Why not want to get coached by the greatest player in my eyes to ever play football? Coach Deion Sanders. Ashley didn't just commit. He announced and celebrated. Surrounded by family and friends back home in Mississippi, he capped his decision by declaring, "Presto money, a Colorado Buffalo. Hit that thing for me, dog." Cue the beat drop. Deion's anthem must be the money blared, and Ashley danced like a kid who just stepped into his destiny.